Hello, and welcome back to the second episode of the Speak Your Mind podcast, where we dive into diverse topics that range from pressing issues that shape our lives to basic day to day conversations. Today, we're going to talk about something incredibly important, and that's the power of opening up about your struggles to someone, be it a friend, parent, a mentor, or a therapist if that's in your budget. It's not always easy, but it's crucial for our mental health and overall physical well being. Life can throw us some unexpected curveballs. Sometimes we find ourselves feeling lost, uncertain, or just simply not where we thought we would be at a particular point in our lives. And that's absolutely fine. It's really important to remember that everyone's journey is different, and it's perfectly normal to feel a little off track sometimes. No one really has it all figured out. But here's the thing, bottling up all those feelings, pretending everything is fine when it's not, can lead to a downward spiral. It can weigh heavily on your heart and mind, and this brings along the feelings of isolation and loneliness to thoughts of substance abuse in order to cope with life and whatever lemons it's thrown your way. Not only that, but battling these feelings alone could even lead to thoughts of suicide. Here's a short story from an article that came out about a week ago. A friend of my sister went to her office and requested her for a desk where she could do her work from because she could not afford the rent in town. A desk was offered, but asking her how she was doing, she said she was okay. Under the word okay, she was dying on the inside. She had family problems, had lost her job during COVID-19, the marriage was in tatters and beyond repair, but she couldn't talk. Even the typing on her laptop, we later found out she was basically typing nothing just to show she was busy working. But the real truth was that she was running away from home because of the fights that were too many. After 3 weeks, she died of depression because of covering up her marital challenges. Had this friend of my sister said, "I am not okay," would have probably she would have probably still been alive. What am I trying to say? Many friends and relatives of ours are dying silently because the society we live in has turned away from people with problems that need a small therapy like listening and advice. The moment someone shows signs of looking for help, people stop associating with them because they think they will become a burden and are sentenced to be failures. These people developing negative thoughts of even committing suicide. The signs start showing slowly, like dressing badly, talking to oneself, disappearing from social groups, going hungry, smoking, over drinking liquor, walking long distances in the night with no sense of purpose or direction. And when you meet them and ask them how they're doing, they'll say, "Oh, I'm okay. My brother." That is a sign and time that you need to come in and help. Offer them a listening ear and probe further. These people have incurable diseases like cancer, have lost jobs/contracts, have debts with money lenders and banks, have marital problems, have family wrangles, have been cheated on and conned. Should you leave these people alone, they'll definitely die, and you'll be the first to reach the morgue crying crocodile tears. Why not start now and develop a helping heart? A heart that listens and advises these people who are dying silently. Some of them have called you and sent you several messages, but you press busy and ignore their calls and messages respectively. And all they wanted was maybe a little transport for their children. My friend, get your silky iPhone right now and reach out to these people. You won't believe how many lives can be saved by a mere phone call. And when you help, don't go telling the whole world and start chest thumping as to how you've saved a helpless brother. The Bible tells us, "But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret, and that your Father, who sees in secret, may reward you." Now, this story just shows how and why it's so crucial to reach out to a trusted friend or loved one. Emphasis on trusted and not just any pack of bones that comes your way. You never know, they could be aspiring news anchors who'll just blab everything for a little attention. But besides that, talking about your feelings, your tough situations, allows you to release that burden you've been carrying. It gives you a chance to gain perspective, to realize that you're not alone and that there are people who genuinely care about your well being. I personally have struggled with like keeping things to myself majorly because I didn't want to feel like a burden to anyone. Or I thought, oh well, everyone has hardships, so I should just suck it up and grow some balls. But that's not the way to go. See, keeping pain inside is like a balloon being gradually filled with air, seemingly manageable at first, but as the pressure builds up over time, it inevitably reaches a breaking point. Just as a balloon bursts when it can no longer contain the pressure, suppressing emotions can lead to an explosion of feelings, causing emotional distress and harming well being. So it's important to release emotions and share struggles before they become overwhelming. It's okay to not have it all together. Life is messy and none of us have all the answers. Instead of beating yourself up for not being where you think you should be, just focus on taking small steps forward. Just be kinder to yourself and acknowledge that growth takes time and patience. Remember, it's not about how fast you move, but rather the direction you're headed in. Be more calculative, more intentional about your actions and decisions. And embrace the journey with all its twists and turns, knowing that each step you take will bring you closer to where you want to be. And as we navigate this roller coaster that life is, just hold on to these words of wisdom. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. It's a reminder that even in your darkest moments, there's the potential for you to grow, the potential for transformation and a brighter tomorrow. So let's take that first step today. Let's reach out to a friend. Let's open up about our struggles and begin the healing process together. As we come to the end of this episode, I want you to remember that you are not alone in your struggles. Remember to lean on your friends, share your burdens, and embrace the journey of growth. And before we part ways, I encourage you to listen to Dear Grace, my very own song that echoes the same message of taking care of yourselves and each other. Thank you so very much for tuning into the Sim podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood host, Grace Pendo. Until next time, bye!